Hello, beautiful people. So, today's topic is the power of words. I'm not sure if we've all heard this, but I've heard the saying many times that words are spells, right? And I understood it, but not really until I realized like having the enemy in my camp through people, like, I don't want to get too much into detail, but certain people that were very close to me and close proximity who were projecting just failure on everything. Everything was criticism. It wasn't constructive, it was literally destructive criticism. And so people would, say, "This is not enough, you're not enough." Like, literally laugh at my attempts to do things and like laugh at when I failed and all these just very weird, and I hate using this word because I feel like sometimes it's overused, but very demonic behavior. And when I say that, I really mean it. Like, I believe there were entities within these people using them. But anyway, we won't get into that. Yeah, so I realized that words are so powerful because when you have people around you who are spewing limitation and spewing judgment and spewing misunderstandings of you and even gossiping about you to people and spreading words, that some people see that as black magic because it's the power of the tongue, right? You're intentionally lying about this person, gossiping, you're intentionally speaking ill onto this person, speaking like death on their dreams and their goals and things, so I don't know if you guys have been in this situation, but literally if you're building something or building a business or building some kind of opportunity for yourself, have you had somebody around you who have been like, "Oh, that's never gonna work. Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, that doesn't look good," right? This is what I was dealing with on like a macro scale and multiple little voices, but from them, right? But I realized like that was quite literally poisoning my well. And I underestimated the power of that, but it was such a good lesson because it was completely out of my control. I couldn't really control the environment like that. But because I had that experience, when I was able to finally leave the place, it was such a good lesson because now I'm extra intentional about the people that I have around me, right? And so I used to feel kind of bad before where I didn't want people to think I was being bougie or I was being stush or whatever they wanted to say. They love to say the B word, but not the first one that I said, not bougie, the meaner one, right? But I used to feel bad, but this experience showed me like, no, you actually weren't bad enough. You know what I mean? Like I have to have strict boundaries. And so because I had such wicked insecure people around me, now I'm like extra secure in my decision making. Like the immediate reaction for like somebody projecting their thoughts onto me or projecting limitations, I'm like, no, cut off, shield, force field, go away, firewall. But it was such a big lesson because now when I look back, so in this situation now, I have the team around me. I'm working towards my music. My manager is so amazing. Just one, God-fearing, very much God-fearing, right? Very much do right by others. Do as you want done onto you. And so the morals are there. We're compatible in morals. And I think that's important with any team. You need to be compatible with morals. And the situation I was referring to, I didn't know all that stuff until I was deep into it. But anyway, so now having this contrast where somebody really believes in me and they speak life into me, just everything is so different. My goals feel way more attainable. And keep in mind, these goals are actually bigger than the goals I had in that first group, in that first environment. This goal now is like worldwide in a way that I never thought was even possible. And it feels possible because I have people that uplift me and remind me who I am and say, "You're valuable and you're amazing," and all these positive things. And they value my input and they want to hear from me. They want to hear my opinion and all these beautiful things. It feels like true collaboration. And that was so healing to me, because I'm not gonna lie, the first experience really traumatized me to where I didn't want to work with anybody really. And the download I got from God is, well, you're gonna have to work with people, but you're gonna have to trust me in who I bring now, and it's been really humbling. But it definitely did show me the power of words and the power of energy. If you have people on your team, this is another big lesson. If you have people on your team who are secretly rooting against you, God's not going to bless you. God's not going to bless you when you have haters and demonic people on your team, because funny enough, they're going to try to take credit for it, even when they think you're not good enough. Clearly, they think you're good enough then, but they're going to try to take credit for it. And I think it's such a weird, it says so much about a person, considering I don't take credit for my own gifts. I don't take credit for anything I've done. I always say glory be to God. So the fact that some human thinks they could come take credit for something I don't even take credit for, but I give glory to him, says so much about them. They think they're God. You're not God, babe. You're not God. But anyway, it is such a different experience when you have people speaking life into you. I feel healthier. I look healthier. I am healthier. And a separate video I actually want to do is how negative energy impacts everything. Your beauty or your looks, your health, your mind, your mindset, all these things, your energy levels. It's so true. Just be very mindful of the people you have around you. And there are unique situations where sometimes it's a bit complicated. I think if that exact situation played out but separated from the experience, like how do I say this? Like the goal that I had. So let's say it was a completely different job and it was the same energy of the people, I would have left sooner, right? But now it's like, yeah, I just know I never want to be in that space. And I think sometimes you have to experience the worst of the worst so that you never want to experience it again. I definitely think that experience was like that for me, because now I know, okay, especially as a former people pleaser, I would always self-blame. Like a lot of people who experience narcissistic people, at least if they're like people pleasers or like empathic, they tend to self-blame until you heal, and then you're able to see, oh, no, this is not my fault. Like this person's actually like crazy, like Delulu, And so I was able now through all that to heal and to be in a place where I do feel more sovereign and more, what's the word? Like confident in how I expect to be treated. And again, I would not have learned that without this experience, because I was so pushed past like every single boundary that, I was so broken that it actually rebuilt me and made me stronger. And so the biggest lesson I took from that is definitely who's on my team is so, so, so important. And trust me, guys, God will not bless you the way that he has planned to when you have the enemy on your team, because the enemy will try to take credit for his work. It's not that's not, they can't do that, And so until you clear all the rats out, and this is for friends, this is for family, this is for co-workers, this is for job situations, until you clear everybody out, you will always remain stuck and stagnant. You're not going to be able to elevate to your highest potential. And so I just want to share that with you, because I didn't understand that fully until now. And I think having discernment is so, so important. Pray for discernment. Pray for God to guide you and protect you and show you what you need to see. When you pray to God, God, please send me signs or show me who is really not for me. And you start seeing your best friend moving weird, or you start seeing your coworker or even sibling or family members moving weird, just take note, okay? Because it's usually a lot of people that you may not expect, so just be open and willing to receive the message without you can't always see things with physical eyes. It's the spiritual eye, it's the intuition and things like that, so Definitely. If you realize that people around you, every time you have a plan to elevate, there's a projection of, oh, that's not going to work, or that's not really a good idea, or that doesn't really look good. Take note. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to win. And this is different from constructive criticism, where somebody may be like, I think that's a good idea, but have you thought about this way instead? Because this is a really popular idea. It's kind of basic. Maybe you need to do something more unique. You know, that's completely different then. That's not going to work. How you know that's not going to work? How you know? This is just you projecting. And this is the thing. There are people who know it's manipulation and they know the power of the word. So it's literally intention of, I'm going to speak ill on this so that you don't elevate. I just want you all to know that, okay? Just be mindful of the patterns. I wanted to do more content like this because I wish my younger self knew this, and I wish my younger self did not have as much truth bias and as much naivety. And so I'm just making this to just be aware. You know, there's no reason to fear, because really and truly, once God is with you, you have nothing to fear. And once you know your power, there's nobody that could stop you from doing and achieving everything that God has planned for you. So I love you guys. This was just a random thought for today. Can't speak. And yeah, I love you. Leave a comment. Maybe if you've experienced this or like also similar lessons that you've learned. And I'm looking forward to interacting with you guys. And yeah, stay blessed.